Hi friends, it's Lethea from Farmview Creators. Today we're going to work on the Valentine Snowman Decor Set from the Rust Covered Cottage by Christina. We're going to use mostly paint couture paints. I'm going to start by staining the little easels that the circle and the square are going to sit on with Dyke Brown Semi-gel stain. Love this color. And then I am going to categorize and classify all my little pieces on my sticky board. I'm trying to figure out what colors I want to paint and what I want to be painted the same color and put them near each other on the board. I am using makeup sponges to paint today, just lightly wiping a thin coat across each of the pieces. This is British Gray. It is a Paint Couture Mineral acrylic paint. And then I'm using Simply White on the snowman and the snowflakes, the base of the snowman, and the Be Mine. I'm going to clean out the grooves, the score lines on the snowman face and the scarf with a weeding tool. Just makes it stand out and be a little more evident. I think I did like 3 layers of the whites. Sometimes with white you have to do more than just 2 layers. But I love how it turned out. I wanted just a really bright white for this. And then I'm going to use my little nail ombre sponges for some of the small pieces. So I use pitch black for the hats and the gloves, Firelight for the carrots, and Basil for the little pieces of greenery. And I used my ombre sponges for all of those. Just kind of moving those around, and I'm going to go in with French rose for the cheeks. So cute. And I was going to go with duck egg, but then at the last minute I changed my mind and went with Aquamarine for the accent color blue. And I am using a fan brush and just fanning them across, and I'm kind of doing around the edges of a lot of the pieces with that blue just to kind of pull it across all of the pieces in this set. Now I'm going to work on my backgrounds and the words and the hearts. I've tried to separate the hearts out and kind of laid what color I wanted them to be in, because I want to make sure that when I stack my hearts on the snowman's hat that I've got the pink, the light pink in the center, so that the 2 darker colors are not side by side. I am using Mulberry for my red and Vera at the Ballet for my pink. And then I'm going in with Lovestruck, which I am love-struck by this color right now. It is a Lux Metallic, and the shimmer on it is gold accented. So I am kind of brushing the Starstruck across the Mulberry background, and then I used the same brush and tapped it in Vera at the Ballet and brushed across those darker pieces to give it that distressed. And then I went in with my Debi's DIY Dark Wax to give it even more distressing. When I pulled up the Y on that word, it did break because I was not gentle enough with it, but it was an easy fix. I just put some of my art glitter glue on there, easy peasy lemon squeezy, and by the time I needed to glue it on the backboard, it was perfect. So I am assembling all the pieces. I have glued the Be Mine. The reason I started assembling everything together was I was trying to figure out which snowflake went with the Be Mine circle, because there are about 3 sizes for that. So that's why I decided to go ahead and place all the pieces around. I am using a brush to kind of get a little bit of my run out on my art glitter glue, and then I'm going to use that on some of the smaller pieces. I love art glitter glue because it does dry clear. So, I am doing that, but it's not that big of a deal. And it has really strong adhesive, but it also allows you some wiggle room. So like I moved the brim of that hat after I'd already stacked all the hearts on. So it's a little more forgiving when you have little pieces that need to line up perfectly. And it doesn't make my fingers crusty, and I'm a messy person, so really I'm not a messy person, I'm mostly crafter, so that matters to me. So I'm stacking the hearts on the garland, and I usually do my Dead Flat Topcoat when I have all of my pieces separate before I glue them, but for this project, because it had so many pieces, I decided to go ahead and stack them and glue them before I did my Dead Flat. And now I'm going in with embossing medium. You can see I tried to show you the texture there, and then I'm using the Sheer Frost German glitter glass to kind of give that shimmery snow effect on the larger snowman. I didn't want to overdo that, so I only did it on the larger snowman. And I did let that sit and dry for quite a while, and then tapped off more and saved it back in the container. So I used the jute to do the garland, and look at that shimmer. It is just so gorgeous. I hope you can see the gold. I just love how this turned out. So those are all the little pieces. What's your favorite? I don't know which one mine is, but I love the whole set. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.